Are you ready for some stories? Bernard said he is. I am too. So let's get started with some bedtime stories. Our first one is about a library, or at least a little girl who loves the library. This is called Library Lily. It's written by Gillian Shields and illustrated by Francesca Chessa. And who published it? I'm sure you wanted to know. Eerdmans Books for Young Readers. This is Lily. When Lily learned to read, her mom was very pleased. She took Lily to the library and got her a library card. Lily was so excited. There were fat books, thin books, great enormous square books, old books, new books, and furry touchy-feely books. Going to the library was like going on an adventure. The trouble was, once Lily started to read, she couldn't stop. She read at night, under the blankets, and the great sea monster rose up from the waves. "Lily, aren't you asleep yet?" said Mom. She read in the morning when she was brushing her teeth. "The rare lesser Amazonian snake lays its eggs." "I need the bathroom, Lily." And when her dinner was ready, she forgot to eat. Until that moment, I, Herbert Wobblesmythe, had never seen a ghost. "Lily, please eat up," said her mother. And when her mom spoke to her, well, she just didn't hear. Long, long ago, far, far away, there was once a perfect... "Oh, Lily," laughed her mom. Lily read and read and read, and the people began to say, "There goes Library Lily, always has her head in a book." Lily read all the way through the sizzling summer, an awesome autumn, and a wonderful winter. And when spring came around again, she didn't notice. She was in a beautiful dream. She was reading. Well, one sunny morning, Lily's mom took her to the park. "Why don't you go and play?" Mom asked. "But I want to finish my story," said Lily. "It's such an exciting adventure." "Maybe you'll have an adventure in the park," smiled Mom. So Lily wandered over to the playground. And she read the signs. "Welcome to the park. Circus coming soon. No dogs on the swings." Well, it didn't take long. She was just wondering what else she could find to read when someone called out. "Hey, what are you doing?" "Reading, of course," said Lily. "Oh, reading's boring," said the upside-down voice. "In fact, I hate reading." "Hate reading?" gasped Lily. "What do you like?" "Oh, lots of things," the upside-down person said. "Playing, climbing, exploring." "I'm Millie," said Millie. "I'm Lily," said Lily. Millie grinned. "Would you like to climb my tree?" So Lily scrambled up the tree to join Millie, and from the top they could see the green park, the busy streets, the library, and the town all spread out below them like a picture. "Wow," breathed Lily. "There's a whole wide world out there," said Millie. "There's a whole wide world in here, too," exclaimed Lily, pulling a book from her bag. "You'll see." And so all summer long, Millie took Lily exploring, and it was fun. And Lily took Millie on adventures too. Millie decided that books weren't boring. No, not after all at all. They were great. And what was extra special was doing everything together. "There goes Library Lily," people began to say, with her best friend, Millie. "What shall we do when we grow up?" said Lily to her best friend one day. "Oh, be explorers," said Millie. "There's a whole wide world out there." So that's exactly what they did. And when they came home again, Lily wrote it all down. She wrote down all their adventures into the most perfect, marvelous, magical, amazing, well, perfect book. You might find it in your library. The Adventures of Lily and Millie. And if you don't find that one, you can find this one. Well, shall we do a finger play? I don't know any that have to do with adventures or hanging upside down in trees, but I do have one where you can have a tree. Can you make a fist with your hand and stretch it up over your head? A little red apple hung high in the apple tree. I looked up at it and it looked down at me. Come down, I called. And what do you suppose? Why, that little red apple hit me right on the nose. Well, this is a rhyme I bet you know. Hickory, dickory, dock. But this version by Keith Baker might be a little different than you remember it, and a little longer. This is published by Harcourt Incorporated, and Keith Baker not only wrote it, he did the pictures too. Well, hickory, dickory, dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1. Oh, it's time for fun. Hickory, dickory, dock. Hickory, dickory, dock, a bird sang to the clock. The clock struck 2, and away she flew. Hickory, dickory, dock. Hickory, dickory, dock, a snake wrapped around the clock. The clock struck 3. He took the key. Hickory, dickory, dock. Now, hickory, dickory, dock, a hare hopped over the clock. The clock struck 4, and he hopped some more. Hickory, dickory, dock. Hickory, dickory, dock, some bees buzzed round the clock. The clock struck 5. Back to their hive. Hickory, dickory, dock. Well, hickory, dickory, dock, some hens pecked at the clock. The clock struck 6, and they chased their chicks. Hickory, dickory, dock. Hickory, dickory, dock, a pig oinked at the clock. 7 was struck, and oh, he rolled in the muck. Hickory, dickory, dock. Well, hickory, dickory, dock, a billy goat kicked the clock. The clock struck 8. Oh, and he broke the gate. Hickory, dickory, dock. Hickory, dickory, dock, someone nibbled the clock. The clock struck 9. Oh, a porcupine. Hickory, dickory, dock. Well, hickory, dickory, dock, a bear stopped by the clock. The clock struck 10. Off to her den. Hickory, dickory, dock. Well, hickory, dickory, dock, a horse grazed near the clock. 11 was struck. Oh, and she kicked and bucked. Hickory, dickory, dock. Hickory, dickory, dock, the moon shone on the clock. 12 o'clock, midnight. Little mouse, good night. He's up there. Hickory, dickory, dock. There's the mouse. Well, there were 5 little mice who were jumping on the bed. One fell off and he bumped his head. So his mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more little mice jumping on the bed. So 4 little mice were jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more little mice jumping on the bed." So 3 little mice were jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more little mice jumping on the bed." So then 2 little mice were jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more little mice jumping on the bed." So that leaves 1 little mouse who was jumping on the bed. When she fell off, oh, she bumped her head. So her mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more little mice jumping on the bed." Well, our next story is by one of my recently discovered very favorite authors and illustrators, Valeri Gorbachev. And this is called "There Was a Turkey on the Farm." I believe it will be him. And this is published by, going to tell me? NorthSouth Books. Well, the farm was a busy place. Everyone was content, except Turkey. "Why are you always alone and looking so bored?" asked Wise Cow. "Why don't you have any friends?" "Because I can't see who I can be friends with on a farm," said Turkey. "I would like to be friends with Pig, but she looks very unfriendly to me. And I told the ducks that they talk funny and walk funny too, but they took offense at it, so I can't be friends with them now. And I can't imagine someone with a beard and horns like Goat being my friend. And it's impossible to be friends with Hen because she only cares about her chicks all the time. And Rooster crows so loudly in the morning that he gives me a headache for the rest of the day. Cock-a-doodle-doo! 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 Oh no, said Wise Cow. You will never find any friends if you are so choosy. Well, I don't think so, said Turkey. So then Turkey jumped over the farm fence and walked toward the pond. If I can't find any friends on the farm, I will try to find them somewhere else, she said to herself. So off she went. But no matter how much Turkey looked around, she could not find anyone who could be her friend. Not the frogs, not the fish. She felt very lonely and bored. I am so beautiful and so nice, said Turkey, staring at her reflection in the water. Why can't I find any friends? Do you see what I see? Suddenly, Turkey saw someone else's reflection next to hers. I'd love to be your friends, said the reflection. Oh, and who are you? Asked Turkey. I'm Fox, and I want to invite you to the dinner party, he said. Oh, no, I'm afraid of foxes, exclaimed Turkey. Oh, don't be, said Fox, and he started pulling Turkey toward the forest. Somebody help, cried Turkey, help! Turkey yelled so loudly that she was heard even at the farm. Our turkey's in trouble, shouted Rooster from the top of the fence. She needs our help. And so everyone rushed to save Turkey. Hey, Fox, they cried, let go of our friend. Oh, it seems our dinner party will be, well, postponed, said frightened Fox. See you next time, Turkey. He pushed Turkey away and ran off into the forest. Everyone was so happy to see that poor Turkey was okay. They were jumping and dancing excitedly all around her. "You're very lucky, Turkey, to have so many good friends," said Wise Cow. "Now you can see how wrong you were about them." "Yes, I can see it now. They are all wonderful friends," said Turkey, "and I love them very much." And Happy Turkey and her friends went back to the farm. And that's where you'll find them, all getting along together on the farm. Well, can you shake, shake, shake your sillies out? Shake, shake, shake your sillies out. Shake, shake, shake your sillies out and wiggle your waggles away. And can you clap, clap, clap your crazies out? Clap, clap, clap your crazies out. Clap, clap, clap your crazies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out? Stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out. Stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you stand up, please? Because it's time to jump, jump, jump your jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump your jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump your jiggles out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you yawn? Yawn your sleepies out. Yawn. Yawn your sleepies out. Yawn. Yawn your sleepies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you shake, shake, shake your sillies out? Shake, shake, shake your sillies out. Shake, shake, shake your sillies out and wiggle your waggles away. Well, would you like a song story? It's a song that you probably know with a little bit of a twist. This is called Old McDonald Had a Dragon. This is written by Ken Baker and illustrated by Christopher Santoro, and it's published by Amazon Children's Publishing. I never knew that Old MacDonald had a dragon. There's Old MacDonald sitting on his porch just singing away. Well, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a dragon, E-I-E-I. Not so fast, mooed Cow, as it moseyed up to the farmhouse. I've got a beef with you. Dragons don't belong on farms, the cow said. Well, it's my farm, said Old MacDonald. I can have a dragon if I want to. Either the dragon moves out or this moo moves on, mooed the cow. Well, faster than the farmer could sing E-I-E-I-O, the dragon swooped out of the sky and gulped down the cow and swallowed it whole. Delightful dairy, said the dragon, and with a lick of its lips and a flash of fire, it whipped its wings and flew away. The farmer frowned. Too bad, he said. I'll miss that cow, even if it was a bit bull-headed. And he went back to singing. Well, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O, with an oink-oink here and a... Wait a minute! Wait one mud-stinking minute, oinked the pig. As long as there's a dragon on this farm, there'll be no more oink-oink here or oink-oink there. Adios, this hog's hitting the road. Well, faster than the farmer could sing E-I-E-I-O, the dragon swooped out of the sky and gulped down the pig. He swallowed it whole. Savory swine, said the dragon, and with a lick of its lips and a flash of fire, it flapped its wings and flew away. Kind of. Well, the farmer wrinkled his nose and frowned. Good riddance. That stinky sow always smelled of trouble. Besides, I really like my dragon. So he started singing again. Old McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a sheep. Well, a ram charged up the steps and butted old McDonald right out of his chair. You can't pull the wool over our eyes, bawled the old ram. You get rid of that dragon or you can kiss your wool socks goodbye. Well, faster than the farmer could sing E-I-E-I-O, why, that dragon flapped out of the sky, gulped down the ram and the whole farmyard of sheep and swallowed them whole. Marvelous mutton, said the dragon, and with a lick of its lips and a flash of fire, it wilted its wings and, well, waddled away. Did you notice it's getting a bit fat? Well, the farmer folded his arms across his chest and frowned. I'm not so sure that dragon is a good idea after all, he said. I might need those sheep and their woolly socks to keep my feet warm at night. Well, he started singing again. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a dog. Whoa! Keep me out of your two-bit tune, barked the dog. I saw what happened to the cow. I saw what happened to the pig. And I saw what happened to the sheep. I don't want to be dragon feed. Well, faster than the farmer could sing E-I-E-I-O, the dragon dragged itself back across the yard, gulped down the dog, and swallowed it whole. Delectable doggy, said the dragon, and with a lick of its lips and a flash of fire, it folded its wings, flopped down, and fell asleep. Well, the farmer jumped off his porch, and he stormed across the yard. Now wait one doggone minute, he said, kicking the dragon in the snout. Give me back my Roscoe. That's his dog. Well, faster than the farmer could sing E-I-E-I-O, the dragon stood, gulped down the farmer, and swallowed him whole. Now, inside the dragon, the farmer scratched his head and smiled and started to sing. Old MacDonald had a dragon, E-I-E-I-O, and in that dragon he had a cow, a pig, a ram, some sheep, and a dog, E-I-E-I-O, with a moo oink ba woof here, and a moo oink ba woof there, here a moo oink ba woof. They're all inside him, do you see that? Can you guess what he did? What did that dragon do with a belly full of all of those animals and the farmer? Why, he went burp. And the farmer and all the animals shot out of the dragon's mouth and tumbled onto the ground in a slimy heap. Oh, terrible tummy ache, howled the dragon. And with a frown on his lips and a last belch of fire, it whipped its wings and flew up and away for good. And the farmer smiled, plucked his guitar, and sang, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a cow, a pig, a sheep, a dog, E-I-E-I-O. I guess the original is the best. It's not a very good idea to have a dragon on your farm. Well, I think we need to do another finger play about something. Well, he was pretty hungry. Do you think we can do our hot dogs? I've got 5 little hot dogs that are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. So 4 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 3 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 2 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 1 little hot dog is cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and the one went bam. No little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and the pan went bam. I always like to finish our big books with one that's maybe a bedtime story, and this is called What? Cried Granny, an almost bedtime story. This is written by Kate Lum with pictures by Adrian Johnson and is published by Dial Books for Young Readers. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Patrick who was having his first sleepover at his granny's house. As the sun began to set, Granny said, "Patrick, dear boy, it will be dark soon. Time to get ready for bed." "But Granny," said Patrick, "I don't have a bed here." "What?" cried Granny, and she ran out to her yard where some tall trees were growing, and she chopped one down. And then she carried it to her workroom, opened her toolbox, and she made Patrick a fine bed. Then she painted it a restful shade of blue, put a comfy red mattress on it, and took it to the bedroom. "There you are, my dear boy," said Granny. "Now climb into bed, lay your head on the pillow, and sail off to dreamland." "But Granny," said Patrick, "I don't have a pillow here." "What?" cried Granny. So she ran out to her hen house and woke up the chickens and collected a big batch of feathers. And she took them to her sewing room where she made a bag out of cloth, and then she stuffed it with the feathers and sewed it up neatly and gave it to Patrick. "There you are, dear boy," said Granny. "Now climb into bed, lay your head on the pillow, tuck the blanket under your chin, and I'll kiss you good night." "But Granny," said Patrick, "I don't have a blanket here." "What?" cried Granny. Well, she ran outside and headed for the hills where a flock of fat sheep were snoozing, and she sheared off some of their wool and ran back home. She took the wool to her basement and spun it into yarn, and she knitted a fuzzy, warm blanket and dyed it the prettiest shade of twilight purple. And when it was dry, she carried it upstairs and spread it on the bed. "Now, dear boy," she said, "climb into bed, lay your head on the pillow, tuck the blanket under your chin, give your teddy bear a hug, and turn out the light." "But Granny," said Patrick, "I don't have a teddy bear here." "What?" cried Granny. Well, she grabbed her emergency sewing kit, tore down the living room curtains, cut, sewed, stuffed, added button eyes and a red ribbon, and made a teddy bear for Patrick. "Now, Patrick," said Granny, "climb into bed. Lay your head on the pillow, tuck the blanket under your chin, give your teddy bear a hug, and go to sleep." "But Granny," said Patrick, "it's morning." "What?" cried Granny. I guess they were up all night. Well, can you find your pretend bubble gum? Because it's time for bubble gum. So reach in your pocket. If you don't have a real pocket, just pretend you have a pocket and pull out your piece of pretend bubble gum. Unwrap it and pop it in your mouth, and then chew it up until it's all soft and squishy so we can do something disgusting with it. Ready, set, go. Put out your hand. 1, 2, 3. Spit your gum in your hand and clap your other hand on top. And now your hands are stuck together with sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your chin. Do we want to leave it there? Goodness, no. So let's say what we have to say. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your knee. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your cheek. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your back. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your nose. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your arm. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on mom or dad. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum. It's time to throw it in the trash. Well, are you ready for something on the flannel board? We usually finish with a Sandra Boynton book, but we're going to have a flannel board story from Sandra Boynton too. And this is called 15 Animals. We start off with this guy. Well, I really like animals. I like them a lot. And 15 animals is what I've got. I've got 15 animals. They're friendly and tame. And I've given each one a special name. I've got a cat named Bob. And a dog named Bob. And 2 fish called Bob and Bob. There's Bob, my hamster, and Bob, my horse, and my piglet, well, whose name is Bob, of course. There's my rabbit, Bob, and his bunny wife, Bob, and their kids, Bob, Bob, and Bob. There's Bob the mouse, and Bob the bird, and my turtle, whose name is Simon James Alexander Ragsdale III. Not Bob. All right, well, let's finish up with our Sandra Boynton book, and we're going to go deep into the jungle for this one, for Jungle Night. This is one of her books that is published by Workman Publishing. Well, it is nighttime in the jungle. The moon will surely rise. All the animals are sleeping and whispering and sighs. Listen to the tiger, zee-zoo-ha. Listen to the cheetah. Chee, chee, cha. Can you hear the crocodile? Snorkel, hoo, snorkel, hoo. And all the little monkeys, chatter-choo, chatter-choo. We grunt, go the Red River hogs. Rop, roppet, go the green jungle frogs. The dazzling bird makes a long, quiet coo. And the great big gorilla goes hee, hoo, hoo, hoo. But sometime after midnight, the elephant goes snore. And whoever had been sleeping isn't sleeping anymore. So those are our stories for this week. Bernard and I say thank you for listening, and we hope you'll join us again for bedtime stories next week.